up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. I'm going to give everybody a forewarning right off the rip. My voice is probably going to crack, and it's probably going to crack a lot. Yeah. And Will, I got, for the first time ever, Will, I got the land flu.
Oh, you did.
I did, in fact, get the land flu, but it's okay because we're here and we're here to talk about some more fucking Halo.
Damn. I've experienced some, like, a little bit of sore throat after a land, but nothing where I'm, like, hacking up too much, you know?
Yeah. It started Sunday morning, and then, like, just took some Advil. Things were obviously fine. And then I really felt it when, like, I was getting ready to go on my flight yesterday. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think it's more so like the lack of sleep, as you and I were talking about previously.
Yeah.
Oh,
busy weekend.
Busy fucking weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 413 for the week of October 26, 2020. The title of this week's episode is The Last Dance, World's 2025 Post Show. My name is Josh, a.k.a. JK Fire. This week, I'm joined by the man in the brand new 2020 World's Shopify jersey. Will, how are you doing on this Tuesday evening?
I'm doing all right. As you said, tired, long weekend, late nights. I had to flew in last night, then turn around and go to work early this morning. I'm heavily caffeinated today, and I'm pushing through.
Hell fucking yeah. Will,
how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Obviously tired as well. Also, Dreamy Blue, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Greatly appreciated. And Sin with the 15-month resub, you get a woo! Thank you so much for the 15-month resub. Greatly appreciated there as well. No, I'm doing okay.
Thanks for stopping by. Love you too, man.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah. It was very fun. It was very eventful. It was a very, it was a much needed weekend.
Sure.
It was a much needed weekend. But we're going to talk about that weekend. Will, do you want to know what's on this week's episode of the show?
What do we got?
It is our World's 2025 post show closing out the Infinite HCS era, but we have some things to talk about beforehand. So before we get into our topic of the show, let's get into some actual competitive news. Halo Esports 2026 update. This is by the HCS. Earlier in the summer, we announced that year 4 would be the final year for official HCS competition on Halo Infinite. And today at the Halo World Championship, we announced some more information about what competitors can expect in 2026. Competitive Halo is important to you, the community, and it's important to us as well. For 2026, we're partnering with key members of the esports ecosystem and community to host Halo Infinite competitions and even one of our own. Let's jump into the details. DreamHack. Halo has had a long history with DreamHack at this point, and they've been great hosts for the entire Halo community. We're excited and thankful to announce that Halo will be coming to DreamHack Birmingham on March 27th through the 29th in the UK. There will be also another event at a US-based DreamHack event in 2026 to be announced by DreamHack later this year. With a prize pool of $100,000, travel awarded for the top teams, and featuring an open bracket. These events across both North America and EU are the ones you will definitely want to be a part of. So again, so people understand, there will be an EU DreamHack event in Birmingham, and there will be a North American-based DreamHack event that will be announced at some point in the future. Both of which, $100,000 prize pool, both of which will have open brackets associated with them as well. We will be loaning DreamHack tournament equipment from HCS, including consoles, monitors, and headsets, as well as providing the prize pool and travel funding for teams. Both parties are making significant investments in bringing Halo to the amazing DreamHack events. These events will be owned and hosted by DreamHack with HCS as partners, so you can expect to hear official updates from them on the competition ticketing, etc. Partnered team support. The HCS partnered teams are also stepping up to support the Halo community in 2026. We're still working on the details and tournament sizing, but can confirm that the following teams are committed to partnering with us. That includes Cloud9, FaZe, Shopify Rebellion, and Space Station. And for those who may have missed it, after, spoiler alert, Shopify won the tournament, Best Man tweeted out, "See you next year." And Shopify Rebellion themselves also said, "We'll see you in 2026. So whether or not that means that the roster sticks together, regardless, Shopify as a whole will be back in some capacity in 2026. HCS will continue to support the teams by contributing to prize pools and ensuring cohesion from a scheduling perspective across the ecosystem. So again, these events are being put on, hosted, and managed by the partnered organizations. It's not going to be by the HCS. And then HCS Grassroots. We'll also be partnering with legends from the community and HCS Grassroots partners, LVT, as well as European Halo League to support them in their Halo events. HCS will be contributing prizing for them to host more Halo online competitions throughout 2026. And we're going to talk about this in the regular news section, but something that is brand new that has been announced during the World Championship is Halo Fest 2026. And in case you missed it, we also announced that Halo Fest will be coming to Seattle to celebrate 25 years of Halo. This community event will be home to Halo fans no matter why they love Halo, and esports is certainly a part of that. At Halo Fest 2026, we'll be hosting an HCS Invitational for the top invited teams to participate in, which will be put on stage for the fans in attendance and broadcasted for fans at home to watch. In conclusion, we're very thankful for the amazing community and ecosystem partners who will continue supporting Halo, and we're excited to partner with them to bring more competition and content for fans. Thank you once again for supporting the Halo Championship Series, and we will see you in the new year. Will, your thoughts?
Starting with most recent there, Halo Fest. Super excited for that. We've talked for years about how we kind of wished Worlds was more of a Halo Fest in general, where there was more spotlight on all community things, kind of like an Outpost Discovery attached to a World Tournament. So I'm really excited. It sounds like they have a lot planned for this. Can't wait to see what they cook up with Halo Fest. As far as partnered team support, I was a little surprised to see FaZe in there, although I'm excited to see FaZe in there after last year kind of sounded like they wanted out. We're back in, got a little mixy. But as always, continued support for Halo is amazing. So expecting to see, maybe not HCS level events, but something going on for Halo content's always great.
Absolutely.
And then DreamHack. Super excited for that. I'm hoping it's a DreamHack Dallas so that it's close and I can go check it out. But either way, excited there is something happening next year. It's not completely just going dark.
Mm-hmm.
And we're relying on somebody to decide to pick up Halo. HCS, although it's going away, still seems somewhat invested in bringing Halo to us.
Welcome back. Chuck says K-Ston loves Halo. That is true.
True. Very true.
Yeah. I think we said it at the event as well. It's like we've never had a year 4 before in an official title. And couple that, Diplo, I'll get to you in just a second, I promise. Couple that, right, with the fact that it was in the event schedule that we were going to get an update of some kind regarding what the offseason was going to hold. And that also I believe has never happened before either. Like the fact that Tashi comes up on the desk and is like, hey, here, this is our plan for 2026. We're going to have all these partners involved. while official HCS competition has come to a close for the time being until eventually a new title comes out, we're not technically stopping. And it's genuinely a great feeling to know that in some way, shape, or form, there will be competition that players can look forward to within the new year. And the fact that I think it's an even bigger deal because we know that Adam Apicella, we know that he loves himself some Halo. He was one of the OG MLG founders. And Beth, I'll get to you as well, I promise. And we saw him tweet out after these announcements took place of like, he's really fucking excited because he works on the DreamHack side now. So knowing that he's really excited for this, knowing that the HCS are being involved in that capacity, knowing that there's $100,000 prize pool for each of these DreamHack events, there's going to be travel stipends that are going to be available for teams to earn as well. Like yes, the HCS are kind of stepping away for a little bit, but these other places, these other organizations, the grassroots partners and so on and so forth are really kind of taking that step up in this hopefully just a year-long off season.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to get the it's one thing that we got an announcement at all. It's another thing that, hey, it's not just going to be these offhand online things. We're getting 2 DreamHacks at least. We're getting multiple partner things that are going to be happening. LVT is going to be supported. European Halo League is going to be supported. I'm very grateful and thankful that we got that type of announcement. They could have just as easily been like, thank you for 4 incredible years. We'll see you in the next one. But instead, go ahead, please.
Oh no, we've seen it. It's happened where they've just gone dark, like with Halo 5, and man, I forget, was it ESL that picked it up? There was some random stuff, and no, it is good that they are communicating, right? We've harped on that for a while. Communication needs to be clear. Now, if it could all just come from one direct source, but
absolutely, I still need to turn that fucking sound off. All right, real quick here. Let's catch up on a couple things here. First and foremost, Dip with the 6-month resub, you get a woo! Thank you so much. Beth with the 66-month resub, you get a woo! Riz with the 26-month resub, you get a woo! Carl, thank you so much for the 2-month resub. Primer, you get a woo! Dialed with the 23-month resub, you get a woo! And the fucking combos. Combo. Also, I saw the frag outs here. Hey, frag out, go fucking sleep, dude. You and Celeste, you guys go sleep. Jesus fucking Christ. Appreciate you being here, but you need to go to bed. Have a great night, Danny. Danny Phantom. Appreciate you, sir. Oh, don't worry, Sin. We accept the bits. Carl says, what was the best roster of the Infinite era? Would love to hear you guys discuss who would win in a hypothetical 24 SSG versus 25 Shopify. Love the show. Keep doing your thing. Thank you so much, Carl. Will, do you want to entertain the SSG Shopify thing? I don't know.
That's hard. It's always hard to talk about because 24 SSG is like, it's just hard to equate because the teams changed year over year. It's very possible that Shopify didn't have the success they did in 24, like against that 24 team.
Mm-hmm.
If you bring that roster back, it's very possible that they could have been, they were able to, quote unquote, without a better phrase here, figure out Optic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could have done the same to SSG in 24. But I think each of those players grew and learned and peaked at the right time on Shopify. You mainly cycle last shot, right?
Yeah.
Young Guns stepping up, and then Frosty Royal 2 basically hitting their peak, I think, in this year 4. Where again, you look at the other side, Bound Legend at their peak, Stellar and Eco playing amazing as well. Looking at the whole year, it's kind of shocking that Stellar and Eco didn't rise to the level that we're used to.
I think it goes to show you that teamwork is such a huge factor.
Yeah.
And the fact that
about all 4 players.
Yeah. And the fact that Shopify this year and Space Station in 24, their teamwork was so immaculate across the board that the optic wins at the beginning of the year notwithstanding, like Shopify just kept getting better and better and better all year, and their teamwork shined. Like we're going to talk about the difference between the teamwork of Optic and Shopify towards the latter portion of the topic, but there you go. Real quick here as well. Final Boss fan, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Fulcrum with the gifted sub to Frag Out. Thank you so much. You get a woo! Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the gifted sub. So yeah, I don't know. Master Chiefer says, I think SSG was 2 teams of 2 as opposed to a team of 4. I would beg to differ, Mr. Chiefer. I would beg to differ, considering they won all but one event. Quick Fuse with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Kelly. Greatly appreciated. You get a woo, 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 woo. Oh, my voice is going to be shot today. Yeah, very much looking forward to what the future is going to hold. And congratulations to all the partnered organizations that are going to be stepping up, to DreamHack that's going to be stepping up, to LVT and European Halo League that are going to be stepping up. And yeah, just really looking forward to what 26 has to offer. It should be a great time. Also, Mr. Onset, saw you in the chat there. Enjoy your flight, good sir. And thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the competitive news. It's time for, nope, just kidding. It's upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombat.com. Check out NoobCombat.com for all your Halo esports needs, because believe it or not, the tournaments don't stop. On Friday, October 31st, we have the H5 SWAT Oween Lives 2v2. So go check it out on Halloween. That's it for the upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombat.com. Check out NoobCombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. 316. There is no roster mania right now. There is no roster mania as of right now. Although they're
technically say everybody's a free agent,
right? Technically, yes. So we'll just have to wait and see what things happen. Oh, Fragout says, don't forget DSA. Sucks we don't get included in that post. Oh, what the fuck, man? That's shitty. That's shitty, man. Shout out Fragout. Shout out Celeste. Shout out DSA Group in their partnership for continuing to make things happen for the HCS in 2026 as well. Why the fuck didn't you guys get included in that post? It's stupid as hell. Jesus Christ. We're going to talk about how communication isn't the fucking HCS's strong suit when we get to the feedback for the event. Will knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of worlds, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It is time for our topic of the show, our Worlds 2025 post show. Will, before we get into the major event itself, we have some side tournaments here. Would you please go through the results of all these side tournaments?
Of course. Black Star, thank you for the follow. And we'll start off with the Halo 2 4v4 results. We have your top 2 placings. Second place went to Cult Zodiac. This was Repency, Goatman Jaro, gamertag not given, and Berserker. And first went to Final Loss. Not Final Boss. Final Loss.
But they didn't lose. They didn't lose.
So they won. Should be final win. This was, we go Woog or Wog or Whoa GG. Any of those 3. Sneaky Beaver, Grave, and 2 Dash. Halo 3 2v2 results. Top 2 placings. Second place went to Flag Stolen. This was Shayla and Cobb? Gamer tags. And then first went to Vinny Squared. This was Invincible and Obnoxious. Halo 5 2v2. Second went to Storm. This was Feroce and Whisper. And first went to ESA Blue, the Gold Star BR, and Furiously. Got to shout out Gold Star BR. Was my teammate in the Mythic Gaming draft tournament that I did a while ago. Great person, great dude. Halo Infinite 2v2. Second place, Smiling Friends. They almost got DQ'd, by the way. I was over there, and they kept calling them for their station, and they're like, you have 1 minute to get here, and they showed up like last second. This was Evil Carmine, and again, the gamer tag wasn't listed for the second player. And first went to AB. This was Super CC and Suspector. Next up, Halo Infinite S&D Extraction. There was 2 tournaments here. So in the first tournament, results, second place was Ghostify and Land Turkey. This included Ninja Dilly, Nascast, Whatever Duke, and Tremora 6. And then first place, Chopped Cheese, great name, by the way. Nuclear Blaze, Sarex, Kid Nasty, and almost LG Biggie. And then in the second tournament, second place went to Sparta. This was Madam Carnage, Halcyon.
I think it's Halcyon.
One shot, Halcyon, that makes sense. One shot criteria, and Skinny Enough. And first went to Daddy's Darlings. Night Owl Fack, I don't know. Uncraze, Mage Lord, and again, another gamer tag that was not listed on the site.
I do love the name Daddy's Darlings.
Daddy's Darlings, that's pretty good.
It's a good one too.
That is pretty good.
Noon, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show, so I should say. Pale Assassin says, still have yet to meet you guys, not promoting anything, but if y'all were at the BTB Bonanza on Saturday night and saw the prop BR wall she brought out, then you know that's me and would love to do one for you guys. Your podcast kills it. You're far too kind, Pale Assassin. And yes, as I typed in the chat there, that BR was fucking amazing. And I saw that while she was able to get through security at the airport with it as well. So even better. Even better.
All right. And then FFA results. Your top 8 was Elusive Fears, Uzi, Switch It Up, Super CC in 5th, Suspector 4th, Uzi or Zuzi in 3rd, Nuclear Blaze in 2nd, and taking it home was V Lego. Taking home that $10,000 first place prize.
Going back to back as well. You won at Charlotte too.
Insane.
Congratulations to him. Okay. We're going to kick things off with some pool play here. Because a couple of pools in particular had some funky shit happening. One pool in which we were wondering if and when it was going to happen. And it finally did, where there was a 3-way tie in terms of series.
Yes.
So, your notable series here in Pool B, we had Cloud9 going up against. Are you ready? For the record, that was instantaneous, and I did not press that beforehand, so I don't know what the fuck happened there, but that there was no delay that time.
It decided to work today.
It did. It fucking did. Cloud9 beat Mindfreak 3-1. And also, all the series that we have included here, all the stats and the VODs are included in the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat. Make sure to go check it out. And then the big one in this pool. Cloud9 taking down FaZe in a game 5. And with this win, Cloud9 basically guaranteed the first seed in the pool. And it all came down to a 50-48 live Fire Slayer win. We're going to talk about FaZe in a little bit, Will, but
yeah. Man, the shock of pool play, Cloud9, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they did some extra preparation, if everything just decided to click during this Friday. But them coming first in pools, unless you're PD, I don't know who would have predicted that.
Now, unfortunately for PD, they didn't make it to the grand finals, but
they didn't.
they did have a phenomenal event. Game says, I got to leave, but I want all the Envy agenda because they were on fire Saturday. Oh yeah, they played great, man. We're going to give Envy their flowers, trust. We're going to give Envy their flowers. Moving on to Pool C. We had a little bit of the Optic pool play show up here where, now granted, they did beat all the teams in pool play. Okay, so they got the 3-0. They moved on. They had winners round. They were in winners. It was great for them. But TSM did take them to a game 5. Optic edged it out. They get the series win 3-2. But there's going to be a little bit of a trend here, folks. There's going to be a slight trend here where a team of a lower tier really brings a fight to a team of a higher tier and then just proceeds to shit the bed against a team that they should beat. Case in point, Complexity 3-0'd TSM in pool play.
Yeah. So after TSM went 3-2 with Optic, I'm like, okay, maybe this is like the TSM we saw previously where they made their worlds run. Maybe they do something here. And then that Complexity series comes along and I'm like, maybe not.
And that's not the only team, Will.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
So the question that I posed here was, did Complexity come to play at this event? Let's find out. The results may actually surprise you because they sure as fuck surprised me. And don't worry, Quack. Complexity will get their flowers as well. Just wait. From me, as a matter of fact. They're going to get their flowers from me. And they haven't gotten it for they haven't gotten it for a while. And then we had the fucky pool. Pool D.
Pool D.
We kick things off with a little bit of repeated history. What's up, Bryce? Welcome back. Good to see you. Where SSG beat Envy in yet another game 5. So history repeats itself. Envy cannot win a game 5 to save their fucking lives. But will that actually matter? A little foreshadowing for you folks out there. But then something weird happened. Where like the SSG Envy matchup, we expect these to go game 5, right? We expect these to go the distance. These teams are the teams that are fighting for that 4th place spot. This is where we expect them to be, just button heads the entire time.
Yep.
But would you have expected Omit to do almost the same thing? SSG end up winning the series, but they beat Omit in yet another game 5. So I asked the question, hey, SSG, are you okay? Because then SSG decide that, hey, why make things more difficult for ourselves when we can make things the most difficult for ourselves? Where, hey, we take Envy to a game 5, we take Omit to a game 5. What if we took Unreal Nightmare to a game 5 as well? But Will, this time, they lose it. Unreal Nightmare beat SSG in a game 5. And so I posed the question this time, Will. Hey, SSG, are you okay? What's happening? What? Oh, Will. We could be in for some drastic shit to happen with this team right now.
This one had me scratching my head, man. SSG playing at that like 4th place level all year.
Mm-hmm.
You have your open bracket team in Unreal Nightmare. And essentially this should have been your easiest matchup, your most favored matchup of pool play for SSG. And It went the other way. This tournament, man.
This tournament.
The one time I think it's gonna go to plan. Like,
yeah.
And we get pools messed up across the board. Unreal Nightmare beating SSG.
But you couldn't have asked, Will. You couldn't have asked for a better event for this to happen at. Like the fact that it's all led to this moment, right? The teams that have been putting in the work leading up to this moment. And to have these, frankly, like you said, like these upsets happen, right? Or these incredibly close series where what you look at it on paper and you're like, these really shouldn't be that close. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, it made the event much more exciting.
It did. Because Unreal Nightmare, Will, they weren't done yet. They weren't done yet. Because they 3-0'd Omit. They 3-0'd Omit.
They caught fire during pools, carried that momentum, and created a clusterfuck in Pool D.
And not only did they create a clusterfuck in Pool D, because of a lot of these matchups that had taken place in pool play, that bracket, at the end of the day, caused a few shakeups as well. Envy, SSG, and Unreal Nightmare had a 2-1 record at the end of pool play, meaning that the seeds would be determined by map count. As a result, Envy would take the first seed in the pool, SSG would take the second, and Unreal Nightmare would take the third. And yes, that means that Omit is eliminated from the tournament top 16. Couple shout-outs for some teams here. And whether or not these shout-outs are good or bad. Shopify Rebellion, they go a perfect map count, 9-0 within pool play. Cloud9, they win all 3 of their pool play matches to secure the top seed coming out of their pool. Complexity, they blow out TSM to take second in their pool. SSG, all of their pool play series went to a game 5. And Omit, unable to win a series, being sent home with the top 16 finish. Your pool play series stats are included in the Google Doc of the show. It's of the show if you wanted to go check those out. Will, let's go back and forth and just quickly go through the results here of these pools.
Sounds good. In Pool A, taking first was Shopify, going 3-0. Luminon in second, going 2-1, and Akave in third, going 1-2.
In Pool B, Cloud9 went 3-0. FaZe went 2-1, and I have to press the button. Went 1-2, which means SWAT Latam get eliminated from the tournament, going 0-3.
In Pool C, Optic finally win their pool, going 3-0. Complexity in second, going 2-1, and TSM in third, going 1-2, meaning Majin eliminated at 0-3.
And finally, in Pool D, again, we had the 3-way tie between Envy, Space Station, and Unreal Nightmare, all going 2-1 in the pool. But because of map count, Envy take the first seed, Space Station take the second seed, and Unreal Nightmare take the third seed, with Omit being eliminated from the tournament. For our pool play predictions here, Will, we've got all of Pool A correct. The only one we got right in Pool B was actually SWAT Latam. We both had FaZe winning it. We both had Mind Freak actually taking second, and we both had Cloud9 taking third. They were completely swapped. So, again, not a bad thing. Just something to shout out. Rice says, Mind Freak or ass, fuck those losers.
Damn it, Rice.
We were rooting for you guys. Like, we genuinely thought that you guys, I mean, obviously you guys wanted to do better than what happened, but, you know. In Pool C, Will, we both had Majin taking fourth, and we both had Optic taking first, but we both had Complexity in third and TSM in second. Clearly, that was not the case. And in Pool D, Will, we fucked up everything. We didn't get a single one of them right, so Shout out.
Let's go.
Moving on to the championship bracket. Oh, Rice. I mean, in all seriousness, it's all good. Like, it's obviously losing the series that you guys did. It sucks, man. It really fucking sucks. And obviously, we were hoping that that top 8 was going to be. We were hoping that that top 8 from Charlotte was just the indicator of like, okay, this is what the future is going to hold for these guys, right? And unfortunately, at this event, it didn't happen. So, but moving on, day 2, championship bracket time. Winners round 1 was a matchup that again, because of pool play, this is what happens if you don't win your pool, ladies and gentlemen. You get matched up against a Shopify or an Optic in round 1. This time, FaZe get to go up against Shopify in winners round 1. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that the team who loses this match will get dropped to losers round 1. Okay? The team who loses this match will get dropped to losers round 1. Shopify win the series in a game 5 fashion. FaZe takes Shopify to a game 5. FaZe with the chance to make Shopify do what Optic have done twice this year. Make them fight through losers round 1. But unfortunately for them, Shopify are the best team in the league. Royal 2 gets the stick on a cowering snakebite, and Shopify win the game 50-44 and send FaZe to an uncharacteristic losers round 1. Royal 2 with the finger wagging in the camera. They were ready. They were ready.
I will say that FaZe going to game 5 against Shopify gave me some decent hope for them to make a losers run, right? Taking what is the best team to a game 5, and while it was 6 kills away, showed promise, right?
Right.
And man, I was excited for FaZe after the series.
But Will, as we learned with TSM taking Optic to a game 5 and then losing 3-0 to Complexity, there might be a trend here that happens later on in this tournament. Another matchup in winners round 1, Complexity actually beat Envy 3-1 in their matchup. So I ask again, but really, did Complexity come to play at this event? And then, important context here, that means that Envy are in losers round 1. And for those who already know the results of what had happened at this event, they make a little bit of a run. And finally, in winners round 1, Cloud9 with a 3-0 sweep of Luminon, sending Luminon to losers round 1 as well. Redneck Randy says, I don't know if you were there, but I was the one walking around with the Reach was an inside job sign. I did see that fucking sign, man. Hell yeah, dude. Moving on to the winners semifinals, Will. Yet another game 5. This one, yet again, including Optic. In the winners semifinals, Optic beat Cloud9 in a game 5. So I asked this question, did Cloud9 come to play at this event? All these teams that are basically like fringe top 8? What the fuck is going on? But then we go to losers. Ladies and gentlemen, losers round 1. TSM took on FaZe. TSM eliminated FaZe from the tournament in a 3-1 series. So I say, holy fuck, FaZe. Will, let's paint a picture for the audience. Here are FaZe's placings throughout the entire year. In Arlington, they took third. In Dallas, they took second. In SLC, they took third. And in Charlotte, they took second. Third, second, all year long. To lose to Cloud9 in a Game 5 in pool play, to bring the reigning champs in Shopify to a Game 5 in Winners Round 1, to being blown the fuck out in the deciding Live Fire Strongholds game of this series, 250 to 57. From second and third all year to top 12 in a heartbeat. This is, I believe, and I can be corrected here, the worst placing ever in Infinite for every player on this roster. Obviously year 4, they were placing third and second all year, but like I'm talking all of Infinite. And this also marks the first time Penguin has not made a championship Sunday in the Infinite era. Will, they got blown the fuck out.
Yeah. Disappointing to see because of how they performed all year. I think every member of that team knows they didn't do what they thought they should have been able to do. Yeah, I mean, I was bummed for them. The look on their faces, they were, it seemed like they were in disbelief of what just happened when that game ended, and it's rough. But as you said earlier, we got a ton of shakeups, which again made the tournament exciting. But I know FaZe wanted more than what they did.
Oh, absolutely. But wanting something more is different than actually fucking doing it. And they got their shit rocked in that Strongholds game. It wasn't even close in the slightest. Tool says Talik had one of the greatest individual performances during that series. He's so impressive. And this is no disrespect to the other members of that team, but Talik is the best player on that team. He's consistently performed time and time again. And again, that's no disrespect to the other players. Like, obviously it's a team-based game, but like he I believe is the best player on that roster. But to go from top 3 all year to top 12 in an instant. Yeah, like, I get it. You lose to Shopify, whatever. I mean, that's kind of a given. Nobody's expecting you to win that series. But to lose to Cloud9 in pool play, to lose to TSM in losers round 1, I'm like, guys, man. But congratulations to TSM. Because their tournament ends here. In losers round 2, Envy went up against TSM. Envy eliminated TSM from the tournament in a 3-1 fashion. Envy finally got the TSM monkey off of their back. And hey, it did not need to go to a game 5 to do so. Because if it would have, this probably would have been a different outcome. TSM are sent home with a top 8 finish. And then the other top 4 team domino falls. Luminon eliminate SSG from the tournament in a 3-0 sweep. So I say, SSG, what the actual fuck happened? From being basically a solidified top 4 team to being beaten by Unreal Nightmare and taking Envy and Omit to game 5s in pool play to getting absolutely blown out in 2 out of 3 games within this series. SSG are sent home with a top 8 finish, tying their worst placing all year, which was Dallas, again, top 8. But that was against Optic because context matters. Tool says if that goes to a game 5, TSM finished top 2 in my opinion. Like I'm telling you, man, Envy can't close out game 5s to save their fucking lives, but they didn't have to. The only game 5 they had to worry about was against SSG and pool play, and in the end, it didn't even matter. Losers round 3, Will. Envy send Cloud9 home in a 3-1 fashion. Cloud9 impressed throughout the entire weekend. They beat FaZe in pool play. They send Luminon to losers round 1 in a 3-0 sweep. They take Optic to a game 5, but their run is ultimately cut short by way of Envy. Cloud9 are sent home with a top 6 finish. And then Luminon send Complexity home in a 3-1 fashion as well. Complexity also impressed throughout the weekend. They beat TSM 3-0 in pool play, and they sent Envy to losers round 1. And here's where I'm giving Complexity their flowers, because they're also sent home with a top 6 finish. This was their best placing all year by far. By fucking far. Arlington top 12, Dallas top 12 against Optic because context matters. SLC top 12, Charlotte top 16. To go from top 16, top 12 to a top 6 finish at Worlds, congratulations to you guys. That is genuinely some great progress that was fucking made there. Love to see it.
Yeah. Bravo on the jump in placings, because they did. They, like you said, did they show up to play earlier? They did. They exceeded their expectations this tournament. Same with Cloud9. And it's great to finally see like those players have some success and things click for them.
Absolutely. Moving on to Championship Sunday. 4 series, all best of 7s. For the first time in the Infinite era. The losers semifinals. Envy send Luminon home in a 4-2 fashion. The EU Cinderella story ends here. Luminon goes from losers round 1 to taking 4th at the Halo World Championship. Congratulations to the boys on the roster. Obviously, they would have loved to have taken 3rd, hoped to have taken higher than that, but Optic and Shopify are there. I wouldn't see it happen. I was saying, I don't think this is a hot take at all, Will. I think you're agreeing with me here when I say that I don't care what team is coming up out of who was left. And we're going to talk about what happened in losers finals in a little bit. But I think the team that comes from losers is going to get blown out by either Optic or Shopify.
Yeah, 100%.
But hey, congratulations to the LG boys getting top 4. Really good for the EU fucking scene, especially at a world championship. Just really, really happy for them. Wooed them on the keys. Just great story out of them.
Yeah.
And Envy's tournament run continues. Envy guaranteed top 3. In the winners final, though, we finally get to see it again, Will. We finally get to see an Optic Shopify winners final. And as we talked about during the pre-show, Will, if Shopify wins this series, this winners final, they will more than likely win the whole thing. Based off of the first series layout of the grand finals, it was heavily favoring Shopify. But if Optic were able to win this series, win in winners final, and get that best of 7 buffer in the grand finals, I truly believe they would have had a chance. Because the second best of 7 series in the grand finals was closer. It was still kind of half and half in terms of which team was favored in the map pool combo, but Optic may have had a chance. But unfortunately for Optic, we didn't even get to see that happen. The fact that Shopify started their series off with an oddball live fire win, the map mode combination that Optic have been basically undefeated in leading up to this moment, The game type that Optic have been dominant in all year long. You wouldn't be far off from calling the series and potentially the tournament done at this point. And even though Optic kept the other games close within the series, Shopify punched their ticket to the grand finals in a 4-1 victory.
Yeah, Shopify taking oddball from Optic. That was shocking to me.
Mm-hmm.
They came to pull. Man, Optic is, like you said, just dominant in this map mode, or just the mode in general. And that was the first indicator, like, oh, Shopify they're gonna take off with this. I expected a game 7 banger, but Shopify take it 4-1. Like you said, the other maps were closer, but they looked so strong, clicking on all points. It was incredible Halo being played by Shopify this weekend.
Absolutely. Will, I was this close to DMing Nick and saying congratulations after that series had taken place.
Oh,
I was that fucking close to doing it because I meant it. Like we know what happened in the grand final, but like, so we'll talk about it in a second, but looking at the series layout, I'm like, if Shopify win winners final, the tournament's over. Like, I'm sorry, but the tournament's just over. Regardless of how Optic tried to keep it close, spoiler alert, they didn't. They're going to win the whole fucking thing. So the fact that Shopify win that game 1, because that's Optic's bread and butter. Like, I think if I looked at the series layout, I think if I go back to our pre-show, I think I had Optic games 1 and 2, Shopify games 3 and 4. And then like we may go back and forth. We get a game 7 banger like you talked about, right?
Yeah.
But the fact they won game 1, oh man. And I talked to Nick after the event, and because they were doing like this meet and greet signing, like in the registration area. Talking to him, he said, I knew we won after game 1. Like, I knew we won. Once we won that live fire oddball, I knew we won. And I'm like, yep, because you look at it and you're like, this, it was over, man. It's just fucking over. So Optic, they're going to have to try to do it again like they did at the beginning of the year. Zarn with the 49-month resub. You get a woo! Thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciated, sir. Hashtag land flu. Yeah, we in there, dude. We fucking in there, buddy. But Optic have another obstacle in their way first in the losers final, and that's Envy. And Envy hit the green wall very, very hard. Optic sweep Envy 4-0. But again, congratulations to Envy on fighting their way from losers round 1 to take 3rd at the Halo World Championship. As folks in chat were saying, Will, their first Champ Sunday. Their first Champ Sunday. And of course, it's the World Championship. And of course, they take 3rd at the event.
Yeah. When that Envy Luminon series came up, I was like, it is Envy's first Champ Sunday.
It is.
How is this? How are the jitters there again? Are they not going to play how they've been playing all weekend? They do take down Luminon. They run, like you said, run into Optic in the losers finals. Unfortunately, get 4-0'd, sent home. But the top 3 finish, that's got to feel great. They should be proud of that. They made it. They made the run and took 3rd. And they, like you said, anybody who got to that 3rd place most likely was not going to defeat either Optic or Shopify, whoever got sent there.
Yeah, the fact that both FaZe and SSG didn't make it to this point, that's when I truly believe. Like when FaZe was knocked out immediately, when SSG was knocked out very shortly after that, I'm like, okay, whoever comes through and has to fight either a Shopify or Jesus Christ, a Shopify or an Optic, I truly believe they were going to be blown out. And Unfortunately, it was Envy's turn, but the fact that they made it there from again, both Luminon and fucking Envy came from losers round 1 to get where they were. Like, both teams on opposite sides of the losers bracket had to fight their way from losers round 1 to fight each other for that top 3. Like, that's awesome. That's genuinely really fucking cool. We haven't seen that. So congratulations to both of them, but really, Envy, man. Good shit, guys. And then, Will, we go to grand finals. As talked about in the pre-show, this is the inevitable. Shopify against Optic. Shopify have a best of 7 buffer, but they won't even need that. Optic have to do what they've done during the first 2 events of the year. They need to win in 2 best of 7 series. And while they have done this to Shopify at the very beginning of the year, that was then, and this is now. Shopify start the CTF Aqua game 1 off with a quick 2-0 lead. But Optic do have some fight left in them to claw their way back, eventually tie the game 3-3. And we're heading into sudden death OT. And it's Shopify getting the final flag capture to win, and they take the series lead. Believe it or not, Optic strike back in the Slayer. With a genuine, complete team performance to tie the series 1-1. But then, disaster strikes, and the green wall crumbles to dust. A brutal and demoralizing live fire strongholds loss, 250-88. An 85-0 round 2 lattice oddball opening by Shopify after a fumbling of the first round by Optic. And a perfectly cooked medium rare steak by the way of a 50-29 Origin Slayer win. Their history had been written in stone from the very first game of the winners' finals. Shopify Rebellion are your 2025 Halo World Champions. Will, what'd you think?
Oh, man. Like I said earlier, Shopify played incredible Halo and continued that into the grand finals. As a Halo fan, I was hoping we'd get a reset, back and forth, exciting. And when that Slayer was going and Shopify was just steamrolling, I was like, okay, this is it. It's going to end here. And they ended up taking it home. Shopify was the complete team. They took, after the first 2 events, they worked on what they needed to, and they got there, and they took the last 3 home. And I don't want to speculate about Optic, but I think something went wrong after those first 2 wins. And they were never the same. They never looked the same like they did in the beginning of the year. But that's not to take away from Shopify. Mm-hmm. They did what was needed. They came through. They dominated this tournament. And they're your 2025 Halo World Champions.
I was wrong about Optic. I truly believe that after SLC, that they're gonna put their fucking heads down and they were gonna be angry and they were gonna come back, and I guaranteed a win at Charlotte. And while they played better at Charlotte, they still weren't the same. It really did feel like complacency had taken over. It really felt like, and you could see it in the gameplay, and hell, you could see it this year too. I mean, you could see it at this event as well. It really felt like, well, we're going to talk about Renegade winning Infinite MVP. Deservedly so.
Yes.
But he was so unbelievably heavily relied upon. Where if he wasn't pulling double, triple duty in instances, they were losing. And they did put work in after Charlotte. They were putting the practice in. You could see it. But Will, you had mentioned earlier in the year, something that we talk about consistently is just because one team's work, like putting in the work, doesn't mean that the other teams aren't. Shopify had been putting in the work all year. So Tools says that's a team built around Renegade, though. It was like that with FaZe in year 3 as well. But that's the thing, Tools, is that they played so well together. That FaZe roster was playing so well together with Renegade. It really felt like Renegade went to them because he was looking to level up his game, obviously. And we know why he moved over there. He said it. He said he moved over there because the work ethic of the players. He knew the work ethic of the players on that Sentinels roster back then, eventually becoming FaZe. And he wanted to win. And their teamwork shined. Obviously, they had individual talent. That was a given. But their teamwork was fantastic. The SSG teamwork in 24 was phenomenal. And the Shopify Rebellion teamwork in 2025 was damn near perfection. So again, I was wrong about Optic. I truly believed that they were going to get out of whatever complacency had been rotting them since after Dallas. And while things appeared to get a little better in Charlotte, and then things appeared to get better going into Worlds, Shopify were far and away the better team. Will, do you mind going through the results, please, of the Halo World Championship?
Yes, here is your final results. Top 16 includes Omit, Majin, SWAT Latam, and Legion Gaming. Top 12, FaZe Clan, Akave Esports, Mind Freak, and Unreal Nightmare. Top 8, TSM and Space Station. Top 6, Cloud9 and Complexity. Coming in 4th, Luminon Gaming. 3rd, Envy. 2nd, Optic Gaming. And of course, your champions, Shopify Rebellion, taking home $400K.
Congratulations to them. Our predictions results, Will, in our 13th through 16th, we had 3 out of 4 correct. Unreal Nightmare proving the doubters wrong, making their way into the actual bracket. In 9th through 12th, we both got Akave, but we got Complexity, Cloud9, and Omit incorrect. In 7th and 8th, we both got Mind Freak wrong. We were hoping that they were going to repeat from Charlotte. Did not happen. You had TSM here. Congratulations to you. I had Luminon here. They proved me wrong as well. 5th, 6th, we both had Envy. Clearly that didn't happen. You had Luminon. I had TSM. That also did not happen.
Nope.
And then our top 4. Space Station and FaZe in 4th and 3rd. Clearly that wasn't the case.
Nope.
But Optic did take 2nd, and Shopify did take 1st. Your annual event commendations. Okay? So these were not world-specific commendations. This was for the entire year. The Best Slayer Award went to Renegade on Optic. Best Objective Player went to Legend on Optic. The Best Support Player went to Cycle on Shopify. And the Best Coach went to Best Man over on Shopify as well. Your regular season MVP for year 4 did in fact go to Cycle on Shopify Rebellion. And your Halo Infinite MVP over the course of the last 4 years is in fact Renegade on Optic Gaming.
Yeah, we had talked on the pre-show and previous episodes that Renegade really deserved this. The fact he pulled double, like you said, double and triple weight on Optic. He was always pushing the other teams he was on, and really just always performing. I couldn't have given it to anybody else.
The exact talking points we said, Will, I'm right there with you. He is, and again, I understand this skill that Cycle has. He won regular season MVP, right? I understand the skill that Last Shot has. I understand the skill that Frosty has. I understand the skill that Royal 4 Rings has. Like, we get it. And they are phenomenal together. Like, phenomenal. They are damn near as perfect as you could be as a team, that Shopify Rebellion roster. And we know that teamwork at the end of the day is what is winning these tournaments. It is winning these championships. But Renegade, the fact that he's able to perform the way that he is on any roster he is a part of, in any game, in any series, against any opponent, he's always there. He's always performing. He's always outperforming. Just when you thought that he is like, just when you thought that, oh, he's plateaued, like there's his peak, that's the height that he's reached, he exceeds it every single time. We saw it time and time again. You give him shock rifle and fucking recharge, it's done.
Yep.
He gets a running riot. Just like, don't give it to him. You know what I mean? Like, and now I will also criticize, and this isn't meant to really dig at him, but it sucks because this is why it's so hard when you're a player that is so fucking heavily relied upon to outperform every single game and every single series against every single opponent. He had some slow starts against Shopify. And those slow starts against that opponent with your teammates, no offense, it can kill you. It can kill you. So he's just, again, kudos to all the players themselves, but Renegade is fucking him, man. He is. You watch a player, no matter what situation he's in, he is doing things that he pops off a screen, man, in any play that he's making. And yes, his teammates allow him to do things as well, right? This is a team-based game. Got to give his teammates some flowers, and I'll give them some a little bit too. But like, the ways that he is able to open opportunities for his teammates on a map, the way that it sucks because I wish that there was more team cohesion on that Optic roster, but the way that you didn't have to really worry about him, like going solo or doing things, because you know that he's going to capitalize on them more often than not. He is purely a generational talent. It started in Halo 5. You got to see the beginning of his legacy truly starting when he was on that Splice roster in H5. Where that Splice roster, they would scrim by playing twos against each other. They wouldn't scrim other teams. And to see the dominance that they had at the end of Halo 5, where they basically rewrote the script on how to play that video game, where it was CLG Optic Tox Sentinels for the majority of the tenure of that game's lifespan. Hence why Frosty won MVP of that game. Deservedly so. But towards the tail end, you see the whole game plan rewritten for how Halo 5 is played as a competitive game because of that Splice roster, Renegade being a major proponent of it. And you see his trajectory just explode. Like, and from the moment Halo Infinite started to seeing what had happened at this event, He's been like that all 4 years. All 4 years. So congratulations to Renegade. I obviously wouldn't do anything, but like internally I was going to riot if he didn't fucking win. Like it would have been such an absolute disservice to him if he didn't win this award.
No, I agree. I mean, you made all the points that he's just been consistent through every single year. And he was it in the Unlocked episode, he said he wanted to be the best. And I think he's currently achieved that. Now, the question mark I have is, I kind of hinted at this before, like he has been on teams where like they start off hot and then they fall apart. Is that the only criticism? That's like really the only criticism is like, what's going on with the team dynamic? Why does that keep happening to teams he's on? But don't really know that. And he keeps performing. His play keeps showing it. He is incredible at the game. You're right. You don't have to worry about him, right? There's so many times you see him out on an island, but he picks up a double kill and gets back to his team. And you're like, okay, like you had no right doing that, but he does. He does. And you're like, just Renegade things, you know?
It literally is. And going based off what you're saying there, Will, I truly, no, again, we don't know the inner dynamics of the team. Like we're not in those meetings. We're not in that VOD review. We're not with them outside of the game. We don't know. But I would speculate. I don't like to speculate, but I'm going to in this rare instance. I would speculate it's not him. I don't think he's the problem. I don't think he ever has been the problem. And that's because of his mentality time and time again. And not just his mentality that we know of from what he said, but his mentality from those that we know that are around him. I truly don't believe he's the problem on the teams that he's a part of. I think go ahead. No, I know you're not saying he is because we're trying to figure it out, but like we know that he elevates the teams that he's a part of, and they usually win right away. And then after they win right away, there's that, whether it be complacency or something, but they're not really winning after that.
Yeah. And that's like, that's just it. It has to be complacency. They see they performed so well, Renegade is taking over, and then they just fall off. And it's unfortunate to see because there's always like the Optic fans are probably sitting here thinking like, what happened? What could have been after those first two events? Could say the same thing with FaZe after they dominated Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
It was after Kansas City. I forget. But it's just crazy. I think he is too good that the other players maybe don't step up to that level.
Yep. This year felt different since majority of the series, if Renegade did not perform, Optic could not win. That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. If they don't have Renegade, that's the thing, is there's a reason why we desperately wanted him to win MVP for the title. Because Will, you say it all the time. MVP means most valuable player. The player that you cannot switch out for anybody else because you would not win without him. He is that X factor for any team that he becomes a part of. He performs every single time he is put into these situations. The problem in this at this tournament specifically is that Shopify were so fucking unbelievably good as a team that it didn't matter what Renegade would do. It didn't matter. Because Shopify as a team was just better than Renegade doing what he had to do.
Yes.
And then, of course, been glazing Renegade a lot here, and obviously he's reeling from that loss. But we got to give our flowers to Cycle as well for winning regular season MVP. To have a team being built around you, and by extension, Last Shot, bringing in Royal 2 and Frosty, who Royal 2 was talking about how they didn't have a home before this, really. To have this team come together, because it was supposed to be like the CTLL roster before, but that lasted like a week or two. So to have, Will, think about that, right? Like, this team almost didn't exist for 2 weeks. But the fact that this roster came together the way that it did, and Cycle and the team losing in those heartbreaking fashions the way they did in Arlington and Dallas, to then continue to put the work in time and time again, month and month over, to then go into SLC and be like, no, we've arrived and we're here and we're not fucking leaving. And I was naive to it. I'd fully admit I was naive to it. I genuinely thought that Optic were going to come back. And then Charlotte happened, and Shopify again said that, no, we're here and we're not leaving. And then we get into Worlds, and they just continued exactly what they had set out to do. And Cycle was a major, major factor in that. Will, I was hearing comparisons from the talent this weekend about him kind of being like a Pistola, where he would play his life unbelievably well. He would get himself out of situations. His teammates would always, and this is a key fucking part, guys, his teammates were always in a position to help. Always. That if he was somehow losing a piv, he'd be in any situation to get out, and then understand that any one of his teammates would be watching his cross, would be somewhere in the near vicinity to be able to poke out, get that last headshot or whatever is needed to clean up that kill almost every fucking time. The amount of damage that he would put down, the positioning that he'd have, the fights that he'd be winning, just this year specifically, he was fucking incredible. And that's exactly why he won the regular season MVP award for year 4. What are your thoughts on Cycle, Will?
He really you're right. That team was built around him, as we found out. And he stepped up this year, right? Mm-hmm. He just continued to get better and better and better. Shopify proved they were the best. You talk about it. Teammates always having his back. And they did. They just worked so well together. It made him shine even more. And I think it's like the cherry on top to what Shopify were able to do with their teamwork. Cycle getting regular season MVP. I was racking my brain at who else it could be. You know, if there wasn't a world or like Infinite era MVP, I would have given it to Renegade this season. But since he got the whole 4 years, Cycle, man. And then it just goes to show what a star player like Cycle can do when the right teammates are around him.
Absolutely. And he's a star in and of himself too.
Yeah.
But it's just, well, like you said, I need to emphasize this for folks who don't understand. Like, Infinite is such a team-oriented game. Like, yes, players can have individual pop-off performances, right? We've seen it time and time again. But if you are not working as a unit, you are going to lose. Plain and simple. And Telepathic says, if Renegade can't get a power weapon against Shopify, he's done. I saw him lose pivs to Royal 2 Frosty last shot cycle several times. You are so in a closed box, my guy. Like, it's not strictly power weapon usage which dictates whether or not he's phenomenal. Every team loses, every player can lose pivs to all those players, and those players on Shopify lose pivs to other players on Optic and other teams as well. It's not just power weapon usage, dude. He doesn't just need power weapons and teammates to distract. Go back and watch the games. But again, congratulations to Cycle. Just wow. Also, got to give a shout out here. Scally Fiesta, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the live show. Will, let's talk about some storylines here. This is the first time in Infinite HCS history that Penguin did not make a championship Sunday, with FaZe going home with an unprecedented top 12 finish. I don't think anybody saw this one coming, man.
No, I mean, we had FaZe top 3.
We did.
After their, like you said, their performances going second, third, or was it third, second, third? Anyway.
Same difference, yes.
Same difference. No one would predict these guys to go home top 12. They did not perform to the level they expected themselves to, that we expected them to. This was their off event, right? Like,
and it happened at the worst fucking time, man.
Yeah.
It happened at the worst fucking time for them.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because this being the last event, it being Worlds, this will kind of be what's remembered over being in second, third all year, in my opinion, because it is such an impactful Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate because they were fighting for top spots all year. They have the talent to do so. They came together. Man. I feel for him. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. Obviously, you got to win the matchups that you're going up against, man. You got to win them. And the thing that just stands out to me is they take Shopify to a game 5. And frankly, like, nobody's expecting you to win that series. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's expecting you to win that series. But the fact that you take them to a game 5, you're like, okay, FaZe have been fucking doing it, man. Like, let's see what they were able to do here. Let's see how far they can get. And then to just get eliminated immediately in a whimper, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Like, what the fuck happened?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about another team. What the fuck happened? Space Station also did not show up when needed during bracket play. They've been sent home with an uncharacteristic top 8 finish. Now this one as well, where you could understand, like, they've been a very inconsistent, weird team throughout the year. Obviously they went through the big team change, right? And with the player swap to FaZe. But again, this is a team that we were kind of guaranteeing to be that 4th place, potentially fighting for 3rd, potentially a team fighting them for like top 6. You know, they're always right there. And the fact that on the world's biggest stage, they fall short in the worst way, getting a top 8 here. Just, again, another instance of it's great from a bracket standpoint of having different teams being in these positions. Like, that's awesome. It leads to hopefully more competitive Halo. But yeah, FaZe top 12, SSG top 8 didn't feel very good, I guess you could say. What are your thoughts on Space Station?
Very wishy-washy ever since the trade, even beforehand. Stellar and Eco didn't they didn't have those pop-off moments like they did last year. Mm-mm. And I hate to say, everyone's like, did they win? They lost the trade. Technically, you could say they lost the trade. They just never came together and worked at that high level to get past FaZe, Optic, Shopify. They got those fourth place placings, but it just seemed, I would say, lackluster. And then they go out top 8 here. And unfortunate for them. They had I felt like they had fourth locked. Maybe Envy was testing them a little bit, but I felt like they were going to come in fourth, and they didn't get there. They didn't get there.
And this is another instance of, and I know the teams are completely different, but you look at the SSG of this year versus the SSG of last year, right? And you look at the teamwork that these two separate rosters had, where the teamwork of the 24 SSG roster was so great, where they won all but one event. And then you have the SSG of this year, where the teamwork just wasn't there. It was too heavy. It was heavily relied on Stellar getting a sniper and hopefully making something happen. Just wasn't happening. Brian Makes Games. Shout out.
Hey.
Shout fucking out. OG community member right there with the fucking primer. You get a woo! Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciated. Hope game development's going well for you, bud. Oh, man. Will, Complexity and Cloud9 both put some of that doubt throughout the year to rest. They take home top 6 placings respectively, and Cloud9 taking Optic to a Game 5, but ultimately falling short. PD was wrong yet again.
Yeah. You summed it up perfectly. A lot of doubt throughout the year, getting top 6, finally breaking through. Good for them.
Absolutely. And it really, Complexity doing it at the perfect time. They legitimately, I'm sorry, but they were legitimately awful throughout the majority of the year. Top 12s for all but Charlotte, where Charlotte they took top 16. Got to give kudos there. And Cloud9, yeah, just fucking taking teams to task this event, man. This is awesome to see for them, so good for them as well. EU continued to make history. Luminon squad securing top 4 for the first time, having to fight their way from losers round 1. Congratulations to them. Envy, also having to fight their way from losers round 1, takes an even bigger step, taking home a 3rd place finish, their best placing since returning to the HCS. And as always, context matters, and this is why I'm such a huge fan of Clutch, Will. As Clutch stated on the desk, Envy beat the teams that they were quote-unquote supposed to beat to get to this top 3 placing, including Akave, TSM, Cloud9, and Luminon. What could have been fortunate for them, Luminon eliminated SSG from the tournament over on the other side of the loser's bracket. And another really big thing for them is that none of these series went to a Game 5. All jokes aside, you heard Descendant say, we've been saying it for a long time on this show, and you heard Descendant literally say it on the stage. They can't win Game 5s. So the fact they didn't have to worry about these series going to a Game 5 or a Game 7, they were able to close things out early. They were able to continue moving on throughout the bracket. Huge congratulations to them. Even though you beat the teams you were quote unquote supposed to beat, you did beat them. And we had multiple instances of other teams in this event not beating the teams they were quote unquote supposed to beat.
Correct.
So huge shout out to Envy for doing that. Justin with a 33-month resub. You get a woo! Greatly appreciated. Even with a Renegade Masterclass of a tournament, Optic could not put up the fight needed in the winner's final to guarantee the best of 7 advantage in the grand finals. Optic falls to the best team in the game one final time. Will, as we were talking about, something that I took away from this event especially is that I truly did feel that if Renegade was not playing his absolute best in every single game, in every single series, then Optic were not going to win. Infinite is a team-based game, and they never truly were playing as a team when it mattered most. Formal, Bound, and Legend would have great individual games throughout the tournament. Yeah, believe it or not, guys, Formal included. But there was a very rare time where all 4 members of the team had similar stat lines. And I know that stats aren't everything. We talk about it all the time on the show. But when you have drastic swings, yeah, it was clear that Optic had been putting in the work after Charlotte. But Shopify never rested on their laurels. And they continued to put in that work as well. And Shopify is, hands down, the best team in the world. And frankly, it wasn't really that close. Cycle follows in the footsteps of Lucid in 2022 and Legend in 2024 by winning both the regular season MVP award and a world championship in the same year. Cycle and Last Shot ascend the throne by becoming first-time Halo World champions in such a short time for both of them as individual players. And Frosty and Royal 2 continue to rewrite the story on who the best Halo player of all time is, now winning 4 rings each. And Will, that marks 4 years with 4 different championship teams. 2022 was Optic Gaming with Lucid, Trippy, APG, and Formal. 2023 was FaZe Clan with Frosty, Royal 2, Snakebite, and Renegade. 2024 was Space Station with Eco, Stellar, Bound, and Legend. And 2025 was Shopify Rebellion, which was Frosty, Royal 2, Cycle, and Last Shot. Ronan says, omit 2026. Jesus Christ. They may be omitted from the HCS. Will, your thoughts on the games that were played? The tournament itself.
The tournament itself. I mean, it was just incredible. It was exciting Halo all the way up to the end. To have things that happened that were not predictable made the tournament that much more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Shopify compete at the highest level. We saw Cloud9, Envy make a run. Teams place higher than normal, teams fall. And man, it was being there. It was a great time. Knowing it was the last one for the Infinite era, kind of had a little damper on the weekend. Hit the feels sometimes, especially that video at the end. But I'm really happy. Like, I kind of love the fact that it's been 4 different organizations to win in each of the years.
Some of the best Halo we've seen all year, man. Some of the best Halo we've seen all year. The upsets. It was awesome. It was just fucking awesome. And Shopify just put that work in all year and really emphasized the team aspect of it in and out of the game.
Yeah.
Just remarkable by them. Says, shitty that 2 coaches were playing at Worlds. Yep. It does suck, man, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Love you too, Jack Triggers. Thank you so much, man. Vince Sega, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Ronan asks, what's your favorite season and the best season of Infinite HCS? Will, what do you he's putting us on the spot. What do you think?
...2022 was good. I know that was BR era.
I miss that era. I do.
For me, I came in during H5. Seeing Lucid and Trippy get that ring was really cool for me.
Yeah, year one was cool.
Seeing Frosty, Royal 2, Snakebite, and Renegade get that ring in 23 was great as well. As much as I was rooting for Optic then.
That was also the first time in history that a team had come from losers to win. Not round one. Not round one. We got that the next year. But, like, year two may have been my favorite. Because the question was, Will, like, the one of the questions of year two was, can they still do it? Like, can that, obviously unfortunate for Lethal, right? And I saw what his girlfriend was saying on Twitter as well, which is very unfortunate if true. But the question was, can those players still do it? And the fact they came from losers, the first team to do it. The fact that they came from losers and did it in the way that they did. And just hearing this is going to sound really dumb, but like hearing the crowd chanting like nah 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 hey goodbye, like in the crowd in that moment was like, holy shit. Just it was electric. Like you knew that it was over. Like I think check and correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a King of the Hill on Recharge. I think that may have been the last game in that bracket reset. But like just fucking crazy. I think year two for me personally.
Yeah. Year three, I'm going to eliminate. Space Station won everything. They were dominant. Didn't feel as exciting to watch though.
Yeah.
And then
although Will, SLC last year, where they were the first team ever to go from losers round one to come and win, like that had never happened before. That was cool.
No, that was cool to see.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Then this year, like, honestly, I was kind of against the whole, like, quote unquote, super team forming. And the fact that Shopify was able to work their way up, I was in their corner rooting for Frosty, Royal 2, Cycle, and Last Shot. Mm-hmm. It was exciting to watch their progression and them take over. But, 23, I'm going to say, because like it was close between Optic and FaZe, right? Well, until grand finals.
Yes. Yeah. Where they won 8 straight.
8 straight. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was crazy too, man. Like Optic were up in the series and like for a moment you think it's over. And then FaZe just fucking, oh my God. You saw the look on Lucid's face. Like you saw his dejected look on his face when like, what the fuck is happening, man? Oh my God, 23 Worlds was crazy. Oh shit. SCVM 710, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. So are you saying year two as well then?
It's tough. Each one of them kind of holds a special spot for me.
Yeah.
But sure, I'll go with year two.
Is it a toss-up between year two and year four for you?
I mean, I'm going to throw year one in there because, like I said, rooting for Lucid and Trippy and seeing them get their flowers, like that was really cool for me.
Very true. And APG too, man. APG as well.
APG, after all the people talking down on APG, like him winning Worlds.
Mm-hmm. And Formal coming back.
Yeah.
I know.
That was all exciting.
We all have, we all miss Pistola and we all hate, genuinely, we all hate how that happened. But, I mean, Formal coming back into the game and just immediately kind of taking off, right? And to win Worlds the way that they did. And it was fucking awesome. That was back when we had Sandbox Lucid, you know?
It was, yeah.
Jesus Christ. You're right, Will. Every year had its fucking moments, man.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Ronan, I think it was Ronan who asked a little earlier, is funny how everybody wanted SSG to lose but in 24, but never wanted Shopify to lose in 25. I think it's because of the matchups that they had, Ronan. All jokes aside. People love to see Optic lose. And then, especially when there was the whole discussion around the God Squad thing where Optic had never called themselves that.
Right.
But people love to watch Optic lose, and people love kind of a come up story, especially with the cycle in the last shot where this is their time. It was their time to shine. And so it's just different. It's just different. All right. With that, Will, I have some overall event thoughts here.
You
go ahead.
You have a lot that aligns with my thoughts, so I'll just make comments as you go through.
Perfect. Yeah, I was going to go point for point and see what you had. So overall, I just said it was unfucking believable in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was from start to finish. And I understand, if folks were not able to attend, I hope that you had an amazing experience at home, genuinely, because believe it or not, you had the best seats in the house, which we will talk about. Trust that. So if you were watching at home, you had literally the best seats in the house. And then, but if you were at the event as well, it was a special occasion. Everybody coming together. It was the most seats that they had sold, if I'm not mistaken. And the fact that there was the reveal on Friday, so many more people came on a Friday than would normally be there. So it felt more packed all weekend. And it felt more substantial because, yes, this was the last event of the Infinite era and everyone coming together was great. But Will, I want to start with the negatives. I want to start with the bad here. Because then we can emphasize more of the good stuff later. So the first thing I have here, Will, the sound on Friday was rough on main stage. It was there was constant popping, there was constant peaking, but it was remedied for the remainder of the event.
Yeah. Tried to watch a series. Well, I think I only watched one series up close on Friday.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about the screen situation in a second. But my ears were hurting. The peaking of the sound, I couldn't do it. It was rough. That's best way to put it. So it was towards the back if I wanted to watch anything.
Hell yeah. Y'all need the red face shirt. It's beautiful. I need them to win something. Dav, I need them to win something, bud. What will happen with my boy Lucifer? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen to that team, bud. I have no idea. But Will, here we go. Unless you were sitting in the front row or damn close to it, you could not see the fucking game score on the main stage. This was attempted to be remedied by Sunday with the projector image being scaled. Okay. It was scaled to a point where it could be raised slightly. It didn't resolve the problem entirely, but it did help ever so slightly.
Yeah. I found myself on Sunday, having to look through heads if I wanted to see the score at times. It did help. Raising it did help. And I did talk to Div. He said they did what they could. Like that was pretty much the limit of what they had available for scaling and without it getting out of order, out of whack, like getting crazy. So
yeah.
They did what they could, which I don't know. It's one of those things where like, it seems like such a simple thing but again, it's so simple that it's easy to miss too. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just the fact that it was all day Friday and all day Saturday. It was rough, man. Like, I get it. You don't need to always be looking at the score, but when you're trying to follow along with what is happening, like it can be very difficult to get to understand the swings in a game, right? Like, yes, you'll hear crowd pop-offs, you'll hear the casters pop off on things, but you really don't know how close things are until you can actually see the fucking score. And the fact you genuinely, like, you had to either like get your ass off the seat and look over people, or like you said, well, bob and weave through people's heads to try to see it appropriately on both Friday and Saturday, all day, both days. It was fucking rough. And so, yes, they did try to fix it as best they could on Sunday. It still wasn't perfect. You still had to look through people's heads and shit, but that's why we're saying if you were watching at home, you did genuinely have the best seat in the house. You could see everything that was happening at all times. For those attending the event in person and wanting to get a picture with or something signed by Jen and Steve, there was no information posted anywhere regarding dates and times as to when those events were happening. You had to try and find the right person to ask to get the information, and even then, it wasn't guaranteed to be right. Will, what happened with the Jen and Steve signing?
Yeah, no information, not posted anywhere. Honestly, I found out the information walking in, and they had the picture thing going. And one of the attendants was like, yeah, this is this is for pictures, the signings later today. And I had to be like, oh, do you happen to know when that is? And they were kind of even like, 5, I think.
Yeah.
So got some information. They had the community stage thing, went over there about 3:30, and the line just started.
Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's unfortunate, right? Those are like, it's Steve and Jen, like that's going to draw a huge crowd, and people are there specifically to have stuff signed or to see them. It was really disheartening, I guess, that no information was there for them.
Seriously. Aaron says he was the signing cutoff. Oh man, I feel bad for anybody behind you.
Oh no, that wasn't even that far back, Aaron.
Oh Jesus Christ. Dudery says, man, I'd love to go to an event. Please have one in Chicago. I got to see these pros play in person. Yeah, man, there really truly is nothing else quite like going to an event in person.
Yeah.
Said poor Steve was so fucking tired by then, says Aaron. Yeah, I mean, the fact they were on the community stage all day Friday and Saturday, basically. Like anytime I would look over to the community stage, they were up there. So they were going nonstop, man. Aaron says the line was twice as long behind me as it was in front of me. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, that was bad. Like they got to be communicating these things better for people who are attending the event. Regarding the reveal of Halo Campaign Evolved, dumbass fucking name, the line queuing system could have and should have been communicated more clearly from the beginning. Yes, the reservation system was a good solution to the problem, but it wasn't communicated well enough for all attendees. I learned about the reservation system, Will, from a Tashi tweet that had taken place. I don't think anything was announced within the venue itself.
Nope.
So, again, just guys, come on, man. It's the biggest event of the year. You were already planning on this major reveal for Campaign Evolved. You knew that everyone was going to be wanting to play it. And you got to do a better job of communicating. Got to do a better job of communicating. They were telling people who stood in line, oh, that's not enough, man. They should have just made an announcement over the intercom. Like, it's not that hard to do. Have an announcement and then over the intercom, and then have like flyers made and just like have like, or put it on the TVs. Just have it stated there. It's not fucking hard to do. Ronan asks, was the choice to announce a campaign-only remaster, remake, it's not a remaster, it's a remake, of the first game at the World Championship of the competitive Halo side of the franchise the right move? Yes. Because the event is not strictly for the competitive side of the game anymore. It hasn't been for basically damn near all of Infinite, believe it or not. Tashi had said years ago that the intention with the Halo World Championship is that before Halo Fest was officially announced, his intention was to try to make it as a Halo Fest as possible for the World Championship. It's not just the competitive side that are attending the events. There were tons, and I mean tons of people who we talked to over the weekend that were just there for the community corner stuff. They didn't care at all about the competitive side. They were there for the cosplay contest. They were there for the makers contest. They were there for the community stage. They weren't there to watch the games at all. So yes, I do believe it was the right move. And then, Will, the last bad thing that I had here specifically is in terms of merch.
Yeah.
I'm a big merch guy, for people who don't know. Optic, come the fuck on. Again? Another Worlds without a booth? I'm not even saying I'd buy shit. Your merch has not been great year over year, but at least you could have had something there for the fucking fans of your organization.
It always baffles me because we know Optic fans travel.
Yep.
And they're there always. Why not have booths there? You're gonna make a ton of money off of people buying Optic gear.
Aaron, did Optic ever have a booth at Worlds? Yes, they have in the past. But it's just year one. Yep. Where they charged you for stickers. Shout out. Quick Few says year two. Year two as well?
Year two.
Or year two only?
Maybe I'm thinking, did year one, did they have it included with the HCS stuff? And then year two, it was, they had the booth with the stickers. I remember that was year two. 'Cause I didn't go to year one. Did I go to year one? No, I did not.
I'm forgetting if they had one at year one. Because I know that they combined, I thought they combined at the first Arlington event. Because they were basically the only merch booths available. Was them and the HCS, and it was combined.
Yeah.
But either way, guys, like the fact Formal himself will. I mean APG as well, but Formal, who's competing in the game, right? Formal had a merch line that was released. And it like it was his world, like it was like a world tour line where like it detailed his like wins throughout his legacy competing in both COD and Halo.
Yeah.
And like just having something like that, people would buy the fuck out of that. Are you kidding me? Ronan, thank you. It's called Final Form. It's cool. Like what the, like they would have sold the shit out of that. Like you would only have to have that merch line available. And I'm guaranteed it would have sold out. It would have sold the fuck out. But they didn't. So good job, guys. Now I say this for the folks who were not able to get any. The HCS Worlds merch line sold out on Friday. And they did not have any additional stock for the entire fucking weekend. So if you missed out on Friday, you were fucked.
Yeah, I know people sometimes travel in on Friday. There's people that only show up or buy a single day ticket, so they're only there Saturday or Sunday. It's yeah. I don't think they planned for how much to have there.
Which I think is fucking insane considering you had the reveal planned on Friday the whole time.
And you know how many tickets you sold, right? Like
exactly. Like what the fuck are we doing? But I'm going to take a step further. The Halo Campaign Evolved merch was not great.
I wasn't a fan.
I didn't like it either.
Not for me.
It just looked too, here's a graphic, plaster it on a shirt, sell it. It didn't feel original. It didn't feel, I don't know, unique. There was Campaign Evolve merch. Fucking Aaron, they literally, the reveal happened and then they revealed, if you went up to buy merch, for those in attendance, if you went up to buy merch, they did the same thing, Will, with the Mountain Dew merch. Yep. Where on the signage, like showing you what was available, they had like a black piece of cardboard over what had yet to be revealed. And so once the reveal for Campaign Evolved took place, they then took that black piece of cardboard off the signage and it was available right then and there. Okay, so you could go up and buy it as soon as the reveal was done. Local and Wolf Zero, thank you both for the follows. Welcome to the live show. So, yeah, it just the fact that that merch just didn't feel inspired. Like you were unveiling a campaign remake that's going to be on PlayStation, and there's a lot of hype around. Believe it or not, there's a lot of hype around this. There's a lot of excitement around this. Yes, online people are pissy, but that's fucking people are idiots. And you're able to play it immediately at the event. It's fucking cool, blah, blah. And then you unveil that merch and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So there's that. But Will, let's talk about the good. And there was far more good than outweighed the bad. The reveal, although leaked ahead of the announcement within the venue, was electric. And allowing attendees to play immediately was an amazing addition to the overall experience of the event. Adding to this, the fact that they opened the free play stations to include the Halo Campaign Evolved demo was amazing for those that may have missed out on Friday and Saturday, or simply wanting to get another go at it during the Sunday matches.
I actually didn't know that had happened. So that is really cool.
Yeah, I think they put it out again. This is the shitty part about their main line of communication being on fucking Twitter, because that's where it was announced. So yeah, just really fucking cool that, like, obviously everybody knew what was coming. Like, everybody fucking knew what was coming. You can be mad all you want that there wasn't a multiplayer reveal, but come on, you got to set your expectations. Like, we all knew what this was going to be. And then seeing the giant, like, Forerunner installation in the fucking center of the venue, it's like, okay, we're going to be able to play it too. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it was though cool. It added to the experience of like a Halo World Championship. It added to an experience of like a type of Halo Fest event where, hey, we have something extra for those that are attending. And that was really neat. The additional screens to watch the games by the concessions, the feature stations, VIP, etc., were a very nice welcome and great addition to make sure you were never missing the action of this series being played.
Yeah, love that.
Very, very fucking cool. And it's such a small gesture, Will, to just have these additional screens set up. Very thankful for that. Got to give a shout out to Broken Hawk here. For those who don't know, Broken Hawk was wearing the Hayabusa helmet and his traditional armor that he normally wears, but he states that they broke the record for most Halo cosplayers at a single event ever.
That is awesome.
Really, really fucking cool. So congratulations to them. And also congratulations to the winners of the cosplay contest and the makers contest. They just phenomenal. There was I believe the person who won the cosplay contest was the one that was wearing like a glowing, like an RGB glowing fucking veil armor set.
Yep. Yeah.
Just
that was really neat.
Phenomenal.
I did like the crochet or knitted chief.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
He was giving out like mini crocheted helmets. I got one on the set somewhere around here.
Nice.
Just really fucking cool, man. The community corner, it was packed every day of the event. And it was amazing to see so many different types of creators within the space, handing out plushes, trinkets, prints, stickers, cards, and so much more. All for free. Like, there were so many people hanging around that area all weekend long, just soaking it all in and just really proving that the event, yes, is a Halo World Championship, but also this is an event for all different types of Halo fans being able to come together at the same time. So just really fucking cool there. And then we'll just like to put a blanket statement on all of it, right? The players, the talent, the gameplay, the broadcast, the production, the partners, the community, the fans, literally everyone was at their best in making this event special for everyone attending. Do you have anything you would like to specifically call out, Will?
No, those were really all the points. Thank you for having as much seating as you did, because I was worried when they started expanding the tickets that, like, you know, people have been sitting or standing room only for Championship Sunday.
Yeah.
At almost every Worlds. They flipped the layout.
Yes.
Which did make the venue, I'm going to say, feel more grand. It felt more open. I personally liked the layout. So that's a good thing. They actually accommodated enough seating. Wasn't a fan of where the VIP was. It was kind of half covered by that. I'm spacing on the name, like the curtain.
Oh yeah.
That was over there for the bar.
Yep.
Again, in the back left. But that's kind of been the standard. VIP seating area has really never been great since the start of Infinite.
At least they didn't have just love sacks in there that took up all the space, you know?
Right. Well, they have like two couches and then some other seating.
Yeah.
I think they had a TV back there as well, right?
They did. They had a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. There was at least that.
Yes.
The entrance changed a little bit. Not a big deal.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really all I had.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the brackets for everything, all the VODs for everything are going to be included in the Google Doc of the show. To the show, ! Show notes in the chat. And make sure to go check out all the highlight videos as well. There was a really, really cool video that the HCS put out that said, "Thank you for 4 amazing years." Go watch that if you guys haven't already. Just truly a special, you know, kind of a bow to encapsulate the era. Will, anything else you want to mention with Worlds before we move on?
I don't know if anyone who came up and said hi, talked to us, me, Josh. Thank you. The community surrounding Halo is incredible, and really appreciate everybody.
Had some of the deepest and most meaningful conversations I've had over the course of the past 4 years for this weekend. So it was very much needed. Oh. With that, Will, should we move on?
Let's do it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was it for our topic. of our World's Post show. The end of an era. The end of the Infinite era, because we're going to be entering a new one at some point. But before we get into that, let's kick off with some regular news. Halo 5th Canticle, fuck, whatever. This is by Halo Studios. This is to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Halo VAT. So go check that out. Halo Infinite updates by Halo Support. Ranked party size. Will did not mention this previously. This update had already been released, but since I forgot to include it, I wanted to put it here. Ranked playlists no longer have a maximum size for fire teams. As long as your teammates are within your skill range, you can search with up to 4 players in ranked playlists. So they finally did that.
That really only affects the upper ranks, right?
Basically, yes. And again, it has to be, everybody has to be within a similar type of skill range for it to happen.
Yep.
The prompt for switching between first and third person perspectives in some firefight modes now disappears after 10 seconds. Thank fucking God.
Thank you.
Yes. The Scorpion tank on Flood Gulch was replaced by the Wraith to improve game balance. For those that play BTB, I think you're a big fan of that change. Weapon boxes on Installation of the Dead, which is included in Survive the Undead, will now consistently display the correct weapon prices. Yippee! And then today, playlist updates, featured rotational, Extermination rotates into the main featured playlist slot. Survive the Undead moves to the secondary featured playlist slot. Extermination is a 4v4 arena mode where each team must eliminate all 4 opponents at the same time to win a round. After eliminating an opponent, the remaining opponents must be slain within the 15-second respawn timer. 2 quality of life changes were made to the 8 Forge canvas maps, and added new mode objects and prefabs to provide players with additional examples on how some modes and Forge objects function, and redundant objects were removed from the canvas maps. And then, yes, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Halo Campaign Evolved, coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation in 2026. It's by Halo Studios. We're pleased to announce that our next game, Halo Combat... Jesus Christ. See, there it is. This is why this name is so fucking stupid. Halo Campaign Evolved will be...
just still call it CE.
That's the whole point, yes.
I know.
I just think it's stupid that it's fucking named the way that it is. It'll be a ground-up remake of Halo Combat Evolved's genre-defining campaign, coming to Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PlayStation 5 in 2026. Featuring new missions, expanded gameplay, 2-player split screen on consoles, online and network co-op for up to 4 players on console and PC, and seamless cross-platform play with shared progression, it will be the definitive return trip through one of gaming's greatest journeys. A Ring Reforged, Halo Campaign Evolved invites you to explore reverently realized environments and enhanced missions that capture the wonder and mystery of the original Halo tale. The vistas and monumental set pieces you'll encounter in Halo Campaign Evolved faithfully evoke the grandeur of Halo Combat Evolved's narrative and scenery, completely rebuilt with high-definition visuals, improved controls, and refined level design. Expanded gameplay. Halo Campaign Evolved expands the Master Chief's original adventure with new missions, enhanced cinematics, more weapons, vehicle improvements, and more skulls than ever. New missions. Fight beside Sergeant Avery Johnson, one of Master Chief's most beloved and stalwart allies, as you encounter new enemies, characters, environments, and dangers in 3 new missions set before the events of Halo Combat Evolved. Stunning cinematics. Battle through all of Halo Combat Evolved's iconic moments with enhanced cinematics featuring new motion capture animations and freshly recorded dialogue from returning cast members. Enhanced audio. Immerse yourself in heroic exploits with a remastered soundtrack and fully rebuilt sound design that brings Halo's unmistakable weapons and vehicles to life in stunning fidelity. Just listen to those glorious hunters shoot. And then expanded arsenal. Wield 9 additional weapons from the Halo universe for the first time in Halo Combat Evolved. Battle the Covenant with the Energy Sword, Battle Rifle, Needle Rifle, and more instantly recognizable Halo weapons alongside tried and true standbys from the Master Chief's first journey. So yes, the Energy Sword, BR, Needle Rifle, the Sentinel Beam, the Fuel Rod Gun, and more will be included. Vehicle upgrades. For the first time in CE, the Master Chief can hijack nearby enemy vehicles and add range to his repertoire at the helm of a Wraith tank. Better still, the dependable Warthog now boasts an additional seat on the rear bumper, so your whole 4-player fire team can ride out together. Fun fact, you cannot swap seats. That is not included. At least at this time. It's not included at this time. Whether or not they still have time, whether or not they're able to add that mechanic, but as of right now, as of the demo that we played, it's not there. Dozens of skulls. Return to any mission in Halo campaign Evolved and remix your experience with the most gameplay modifying skulls in any Halo campaign. Activate skulls for randomized weapons, altered enemy behavior, player attributes, environmental effects, and more. Play together wherever. Everyone's invited to this mission. For the first time in Halo history, Halo Campaign Evolved allows players to seamlessly squad up with friends playing on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5 in both online and network co-op for up to 4 players. Experience the legendary story together from anywhere at any time with shared progression between all platforms. Console versions will support 2-player split screen for a fully immersive nostalgia factor. Conquer all 13 campaign missions with a friend from the classic confines of your favorite couch on both Series X and S and PlayStation 5. Ready to see the game in action? Check out the highlights from the Silent Cartographer, the 4th mission of Halo Combat Evolved, and the setting of the playable pre-release build available to fans at this weekend's World Championship. The 4K footage in the gameplay demo was captured in-engine on Series X. And included in the Google Doc that shows the show is a link to that gameplay. And then also a timeless campaign. Return to the ring that started it all with a fresh look at a timeless campaign. Whether you're discovering Halo for the first time or returning to Alpha Halo after 25 years, Halo Campaign Evolved retells the legendary story of Halo Combat Evolved with an expanded narrative and gameplay enhancements that broaden the scope of our first encounter with the Covenant. Can't wait to share more information with you next year. Stay tuned to Halo Waypoint for updates on Halo Campaign Evolved, coming to Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PlayStation 5 again in 2026. Minute time! Welcome back. Jungle Tactics, welcome back as well. I'm not sure if anyone brought this up. Have you guys considered doing a similar talk show about COD? No. Will.
Yes.
Did you want to share our thoughts for when we get to Will's adventures?
Sure. We'll do that there.
Sounds good. So yes, Will and I did play it at Worlds. We'll share our thoughts in just a little bit. Because the last announcement here that happened at Worlds was Will, to me, this was a genuine surprise. I wasn't expecting this to take place.
Agreed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tashi had been saying for years how they wanted the Halo World Championship to be a quote unquote Halo Fest of sorts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially getting Halo Fest. Halo Fest has been announced. It's by Halo Studios. 2026 marks the 25th anniversary of the Halo franchise and the game that started it all, Halo Combat Evolved. A momentous occasion such as this calls for a celebration. Today at the World Championship, we announced the return of Halo Fest, a community event for you and all of your Halo-loving friends to celebrate the franchise and for any reason you may love it. If you're a fan of the campaigns, the universe, the rich characters, Halo Fest welcomes you. If you love the music and anytime you see a saxophone, you think of Halo 3 ODST, Halo Fest welcomes you. If you love all forms of multiplayer, including cooperative and competitive, Halo Fest welcomes you. And if the community at large is a big part of why you continue to love this franchise, Halo Fest welcomes you. Over the course of the next year, we'll be providing monthly updates on Halo Fest where you can learn more, but here are the initial details. So again, monthly updates starting next year. Fuck yeah. Halo Fest is a 3-day event spanning December 11th through the 13th, 2026, and is comprised of 2 components, the concert and the convention. The concert. Music plays a critical role in the Halo franchise and in the hearts of fans around the world. If you're like us, the first few monk chant notes alone are enough to give you goosebumps. For the first time ever, Halo will be hosting an official full-length concert celebrating 25 years of the iconic scores that played a part in making Halo the cultural touchstone that it is today. The concert will take place at the beautiful Benaroya Hall and performed by the legendary Seattle Symphony. You will not want to miss this. It'll be on December 11th at the Benaroya Hall, 200 University Street, Seattle, Washington, 98101. And then the convention. If you have ever been to a world championship, you will have noticed that the event offers more than just an esports competition, but rather acts as an annual pilgrimage for the whole community with the community stage, voice actors in attendance, cosplay contests, meetups, and more. Halo Fest will be the realization of that vision. Fresh, basically you did, bud. We already talked about Worlds. In the summit building of the convention center has a large footprint than the arch where Halo World Championship has been historically held, and we plan on offering twice as many tickets to this year's Worlds. Will, you saw how many seats were available at this year's Worlds. We're getting twice that. You're muted, by the way, buddy.
That's right, because I coughed. Yeah, that's insane. There was a lot of people there at Worlds, what felt like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other area, the other building, says it has a larger footprint. Maybe it'll not feel as crowded with that many people there, but damn, that's twice as many.
Twice as many.
Like I said, that's insane. Insane.
Fucking sane. No matter why you love Halo, we want you to feel at home at Halo Fest and have plenty to do with your fellow community members. It'll be December 12th and 13th at the Seattle Convention Center in the Summit Building, 900 Pine Street, Seattle, Washington, 98101. Tickets. Halo Fest tickets will be going on sale in just 2 months on December 10th, 2025. In the November blog, we'll provide a full deep dive on the ticketing pages and what to expect. So I guess I sit corrected, Will. It sounds like we're getting monthly blogs starting next month.
Damn. Okay.
I'm not going to be mad about this. We will be offering tickets for both components on one ticketing platform, and fans will have access to both the concert and the convention on the same day. Please note that the capacity at Benaroya Hall of the concert is significantly less than the capacity at the convention. We expect the concert tickets to sell out first and foremost, so please keep that in mind as you're determining your Halo Fest plans. So again, for those listening and watching right now, Halo Fest tickets will be going on sale in 2 months on December 10th, 2025. Okay. Oh, fresh. I wasn't expecting to get a multiplayer game until 27 at least. And in conclusion, we are very thankful to have such a vibrant community who loves Halo from year 1 to year 25. And at Halo Fest, you'll be able to take part and celebrate with the community like you never have before. Be on the lookout for next month's blog where we'll share more about the event and ticketing information. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the regular news. It's time to skip Con of the Games Watch because it's time for Will's Adventures in the Haloverse and other forms of Halo as well. Will, what did you happen to play?
As always, if you don't know, I played some Halo Infinite. Again, challenges, a little bit of ranked. That's about it. And then we did try Campaign Evolved while at the venue.
We did.
And I'll let you go through your games, Josh, and we'll discuss.
Sounds good. I played some regular CE on the Steam Deck on the plane to Seattle because I just wanted to, prepare myself basically for what was probably going to happen and end up happening anyway. So there was that. And then, yes, we did play Halo Campaign Evolved, the demo at the World Championship. Real quick, Fresh said Rebs lied, then he said it's coming in 26. Real quick here. Nobody knows, but I'm assuming that we only get Campaign Evolved in 26 and then the multiplayer game or whatever they're working on maybe comes in 27. That is what I believe. Just don't trust like leakers. Like just trust them with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't take everything they say as gospel, dude. Come on. You said both coming. Good for him. We both played Halo Campaign Evolved. Will, do you want me to go first? Is that what we're doing?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so I had a rough experience the first time. Oh, you don't need to block him, Fresh. Jesus Christ. You don't need to block him. But like, come on, man. There's other thoughts that we don't need to get into. So played Halo Campaign Evolved. Played the demo. Played it on Saturday morning, Will. We got in immediately. We were going to sign up, but we were first in line, so we didn't need to worry about signing up right away. Get in, sit down, and immediately... have a good one, Snag. Love you. Fuck you, dude. So immediately sit down, and I noticed kind of right away that something felt off. So right away, I noticed that my game had been hitching like a motherfucker. Right. And I'm like, I know it's a pre-release build. I get it. I understand. But like, it really didn't feel right at all. I felt like I had massive input delay. And everybody was using a controller. It was hardwired in, but it genuinely, I had horrible input delay. And then I also noticed that I had Justin sitting next to me on one side, and then another individual sitting next to me on the other side. And I looked at their monitors compared to my own, and mine was so washed out in terms of like contrast. It just didn't feel right at all. So I'm like, something's wrong here. Like this, I had a bad time, and I didn't want that to be the only experience I had. I didn't want my experience to be tainted because of that. So we signed up for a 6:30 time slot on that Saturday evening, and we chose completely different setups this time. Like, went to a completely different section of the area, and played it again. And it was a night and day difference. It was genuinely a night and day difference. I truly believe that setup was fucked. My colors were great. The contrast was great. I had no input delay with the controls, and it felt like playing CE again. Yeah. Oh my God, guys, it has sprint. Holy shit. I sprinted immediately. I was sprinting immediately, man. And it felt fine. It didn't feel out of place. Like, it's a modernized version of this game that everyone's been playing for 25 years. Like, I get it. But, yeah, I enjoyed what I played personally, Will. There were some things, though. No, Bean, there was not Clamber. I will say there were some things that were, this is going to sound weird, but like they were missing that I was expecting to be there. So for those who remember the Silent Cartographer in Halo 1, when you're fighting the first two hunters kind of in the open area at the top of the map, there's an overshield there. There's an overshield that sits there. And that didn't exist in the demo that we played.
Yeah.
Justin had said that there was another one somewhere else in the level that wasn't there either. So I don't know if like that's just going to be stripped out entirely or if it was just missing for the demo, whatever it was. But it's a small thing that's like, hey, I remember this being here for 25 years and now it's not there. What the fuck is this?
That might be something that they still like. They have a year of development or so. Maybe that's something they still need to add.
Maybe. Fulcrum says damage cancels sprint, reloading cancels sprint, and it's not even as fast as Infinite. No slide either. I loved it. Yeah, it felt fine.
Yeah, it did.
Will, I've played and enjoyed Halo since CE. Okay. You really came into the franchise during Halo 5, Halo Infinite being your main game.
Mm-hmm.
You played Halo Campaign Evolved. You played the demonstration. What are your thoughts as a more modernized Halo head.
Yeah. For full transparency, I have played CE. I went through it on MCC.
Yes.
My thoughts on Campaign Evolved. I'll start off with the cutscenes looked fabulous. Like,
yes.
Great. Was really impressed by that. The ring was very vibrant in Unreal 5. Sprint was fine. Again, I started in 5. I'm used to sprint being in Halo games. I slightly remembered the level. Like I had only played it once before. Slightly remembered the level, so it was kind of cool to be like, oh yeah, I remember this and go this way and all that. And gunplay felt good. The only someone was talking to me. I didn't try it or didn't realize it, but the Warthog, the reticle for the Warthog turret, it's like the Infinite reticle, right? But the turret itself has bloom, but you didn't get that feedback.
Sure.
So that's one thing I would say might need to be worked on or changed. But it still felt like Halo, right?
Yeah.
That was important. And it was fun. I enjoyed myself.
Love that.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. If you can get enjoyment out of the game, that's all you need, right? Sure, maybe things aren't exactly one-to-one. There will be some slight changes. I'm all for the upgrading graphics and making it look as best as possible. The other thing that I'm keeping in mind is Halo Studios is transitioning to Unreal 5. This is going to be the building blocks of what's to come.
Foundation.
The foundation, if you will. This might be what we see in a multiplayer. Some of these elements may come through. So, personally, I can't wait for it to come out. I'm going to play it. I want to experience more, see what they do, and go from there.
The fact that we were playing on, I believe we're playing on like Series X hardware or specs, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
For me, even in the much better second going of it that I had, I still was experiencing some hitching every now and again. It wasn't a consistent 60. Now, granted, again, this is a pre-release build. I'm trying to give some grace here.
Yeah.
And then there was a good amount of pop-in that I was noticing, whether it be lighting or textures. There was just a good amount of pop-in.
Yeah. I experienced a little bit of that as well. The other thing, and maybe it was a me problem, there was a point where I came around a rock. There was 2 jackals there with the shields.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of like plasma rifles, plasma pistols came at me. It was almost too blinding on my screen that I couldn't see what was in front of me.
Sure.
Because the color, there's just too much color. I just basically had to turn and run and then re-engage from a distance. So I know they're trying to go for those cool lighting effects with the plasma.
Yeah.
I think just little caution when it's too much.
Yeah, it really did feel kind of like tech demo-y, you know?
Yeah.
Where they're really trying to throw everything at you to be like, this is what we're doing in Unreal Engine 5. And I'm with you because I got fucking annihilated by a hunter in one of the runs where like his fuel rod just directly impacted me. And like the screen just fucking flashed bright white. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So like, yeah, it can be a lot. Also, fall damage is alive and well. So if fall damage is back just like it was in the original game. You can do the fun like slide mechanics like down walls and stuff to try to make it so you don't take damage on the fall down. But if you do just jump off a high ledge, then you will die. Oh, sorry, Quack. Unreal Engine fat. And yeah, like you said, well, it felt like it did feel like CE. It did at the end of the day. And whether if you don't like that, then this isn't going to convince you. Like, yes, there are some modernized mechanics with the sprint and whatnot, but at the same time, this does still play like CE. So if you never vibed with that, then you're more than likely not going to vibe with this, no matter how pretty it looks. But if you are a player who has never experienced it before, or wants to experience it in a more modernized aspect, then this is going to be the perfect entry point for you. Where it's going to be on PlayStation. Halo's going to be on PlayStation for the first time ever. And not only that, Will, they took it a step further. Not that it was like unexpected or anything, but they did state that starting with Campaign Evolved, this and all future Halo projects will be on PlayStation.
Yes.
So it gives a bigger opportunity for players of all ranges to come together and play this for the first time or for the first time in 20 years. And I think that's really fucking cool. And so I hope that they're able to iron out all the performance stuff. Again, this was a pre-release demo. I understand. They have time to fix, they have times to short things up, to fix things, to take in feedback, whatever it may be. Who knows? We make it flighting because according to like the sign up page for the flights, Will, they included PlayStation consoles now. So
interesting. We
may or may not get flighting, but this is releasing in the fall. They didn't give a date. It's releasing in 2026. And I personally wouldn't be surprised if it releases alongside its anniversary in November.
Yes.
But who knows? Anything else could happen. And I'm excited, man. I'm fucking biased as all hell. Like, I'll play anything and everything that they release. Unless, like, but I'm not going to bullshit. Like, I'll say if it plays like shit. That's why, Will, I was so concerned with the first demo that I played. Because I didn't want that to be the experience that I remembered coming out of the event.
Yeah.
It felt wrong. And so when I went in the second time, like, oh, okay, this was what everybody else was experiencing. Awesome. This feels really good. This feels like what I imagined it was going to feel like. And so, yeah, I'm going to play the fuck out of it. I love how there's going to be like over 20 something fucking skulls in the game. So for the collectors out there, like, you'll have things to collect. It's going to, like, you'll have reasons to go back and look through like the campaign missions and everything. I love that. I love how there's going to be additional missions before the main game. I love how the missions in the campaign are going to be more modernized as well. I love the little things that they added to make it feel more of a modern title. Like I said, I just hope that, and I expect that performance and stuff to be patched up before the actual release. So, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of time for that, for sure.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some shout-outs. Happy belated birthday to Cardinal Redbird, Callus, Legendary C4, Mighties, and Aaron the Geek, who's in the chat right now. Happy belated birthday to you all. Congratulations to the Running Right Halo Cards duo on their engagement. Congratulations to you two. That's fucking amazing. Congratulations to Justin, a.k.a. Goalie Sniper, on winning the Gamers Outreach PC. He could not fucking believe it. He got a text message on his phone from Gamers Outreach, and he wouldn't open it. He refused to open it because he was shaking. And so walked over there. It was so funny. We walked over to the booth. Again, he refused to open the text message. We walk over to the booth, and he's like, yeah, it says I won something. Well, what's your name? Oh, Justin LaFleche. Okay, cool. He's like, all right, follow me. And like, I thought he won a chair or something. But he just wrapped him around the table, and he's like, all right, you have your choice between this keyboard, this headset, or this PC that you just won. And and obviously the other two was a joke. Like he wasn't picking the other. Like, yeah, he was always getting the PC, but it's the way that they played that off was really fucking funny. And
it's hilarious.
Yes. So congratulations to him on winning that. And, yeah, it was funny too, because they asked him, he's like, "Oh, are you able to take it tonight?" And he's like, "No, I live in Canada." And you could just obviously they're getting it sent to him, like they're taking care of that. But it was so funny because you saw the look on the guy's face of oh fuck, we need to ship this thing now.
Yeah.
just that look of God damn it.
Yep. No, congrats,
so
Justin. That's amazing.
It really is. He can finally be a PC gamer like us, Will.
He can join the dark side.
Exactly. Dark inside. Veggie says it's Why Not's birthday too. Wait, is it genuinely though? Because I don't want to be that guy. I fucking hate that meme. I want to give him a genuine shout out if it's his actual fucking birthday. You know what I mean? No, it's not. It says November 5th on his Twitter. So I'm going to go based off that right now. Say, good job, Fresh, trying to fucking get me. Ain't going to fucking happen. Better than that. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. That includes, give me 1 second here. That includes, Taix, thank you for the follow. Sin with the 15-month resub. Dreamy Blue with the follow. Dip with the 6-month resub. Beth with the 66-month resub. Riz with the 26-month resub. Carl with the 2-month resub. Dialed with the 23-month resub. The combo from you guys. Final Boss fan with the follow. Thank you so much. Fulcrum with the gifted sub to Frag Out. Quick Fuse with the 5 gifted subs. Black Star with the follow. Noon with the follow. Zarn with the 49-month resub. Brian with the fucking primer. Justin with a 33-month resub. Vince Sega, SCVMZ 710, Local, Wolf Zero, and Rumble Nuts. Thank you guys for the follows. Greatly appreciated. Everybody gets a woo! You guys are fucking awesome. And then, of course, shout out to everyone who's a patron at the semi-pro and higher tiers. That includes Iro, Boats, Shio, Blackout, Diode, Pancakes, Voodoo Man, Rasta Bucky Jr., Snagoo, Raider, Heater, One Swole, Danny Phantom, Riz, Zard, High Tech, Redneck, Goalie, Cyber, Ever, Ray, on board. Thank you so much for the extra support over on the Patreon. And Best Man's in our DMs right now because he's rubbing it in my face right now that Shopify won, even though I predicted that they're going to win. So, fuck me, right? Not only, you know what? Well, fuck that. Not only did I predict that Shopify, you and I both predicted that Shopify were going to win this event. I was spot fucking on as to how it was going to happen and how it happened. I was spot on. So I want the fucking GIF. I was right. I want the fucking GIF. God damn it. I may have been wrong for 2 of the events out of the year. And now I was dead wrong for 2 of the events out of the year. But god damn it, did I redeem myself. I take it. Community creations, Halo memes every day. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Go check them out. Shopify Finish the Fight merch is available right now. It is by Shopify Rebellion. And if you guys saw Best Man at the event, if you guys saw Best Man at the event, he had the hoodie on. He had their Worlds hoodie on. That they weren't able to get the Worlds merch to the event in time, but it did go live on that Sunday. It is live right now. They have 2 shirts and a hoodie that are available. Please go check them out if you haven't already.
Just reminded me, I forgot to say how awesome the freaking Shopify booth was.
Oh my God.
It was designed around streets. They had references to the map all around. They had a vending machine, air hockey table. Sorry to send it back for a second, but
no, you're good.
Yeah, just huge shout out to Shopify for putting that on. I wish more booths were like that.
Shout out, man. Shout fucking out Shopify. Yeah, that booth was crazy. So yeah, buy the merch if you haven't already. And then another thing that is genuinely very, very fucking cool that felt like it kind of got announced out of fucking nowhere as well. Halo and High Ground, not the name of the map, it's spelled differently, but Halo and High Ground PC peripherals are going to be on sale soon. This is by High Ground. 25 years of legendary moments. To honor the universe that captivated us all, Halo and High Ground are proud to announce the Halo 25th Anniversary Collection. It's a tribute to the past, a celebration of the present, and a look to the future. It'll be available on Halloween, 12 p.m. Pacific time at Best Buy and Micro Center. If you guys have not taken a second yet to look at these peripherals, it's keyboards and mouse mat and like desk mats. If you have not looked at them yet, I implore you, check out the link in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show and be blown away. Because I was, and I think you will be too. They have 3 different main designs and of the keyboards, and then 2 main designs for the mouse for the desk mats. And again, they will be available on the 31st of this month. Prices have not been announced yet, but if you take a look at the website, you can kind of gauge where they might be around. I'm thinking for the bigger keyboard, it could be around $200 to $250 US. For the smaller one, maybe around $150, $175 US. Desk mats look to be around $50 to $100 US. So again, I don't know what that's going to mean for the Halo collection, but if you look at the other collections on the site, that's typically what they're sitting around. So use that for what you will. And finally, the Halo Community Commendation winners is by Halo Respawn. They announced these winners on Sunday at Worlds. Your Loudest in the Crowd award goes to Why Not Be Casting. Your Giver of Many goes to Kid Skull. Forge, Modes, and Mods goes to Archer Bloodshot. Open Bracket Hero goes to LVT Halo. Photographer went to David Sandman. Congratulations to you, sir. Cosplayer went to Noble of Death. Event Organizer went to Bittersweet. Congratulations to you as well. Absolutely deserved. Discord went to the Halo Archive. Artisan went to Halo VFX. MVP went to Mint Blitz. Legacy Creator went to Hidden Xperia. Impact Creator went to Red Gear. And Side Bracket Heroes went to Uzi and Zuzi. Congratulations to all of the winners of the community commendations. And Will, that's all I got. So if you would do us a favor and plug the fucking show.
Josh, I know we talked before the show. I'm just going to say something quick here.
Go for it.
I think I'd regret if I didn't take the chance to do so. I am stepping away from HCS Pro Talk, leaving it in Josh's hands. I don't know what the plan is moving forward, but whatever you choose, Josh, wish you the best with it. To the community, this show wouldn't be what it's without you. What it is without you. I didn't prepare anything. I'm so sorry. I'm stumbling over my words.
You're good, man.
I appreciate all of you so much. Anybody who's interacted with me and Josh, made some real genuine friends in this process of doing this show, and so thankful for that. To anybody that listens, tunes in from anywhere, thank you so much. It's been an incredible journey. Don't know what the future holds for me in Halo, but taking a step away for a little bit here and trying to figure that out. So thanks to everyone. I'm truly grateful for this experience.
I want to paint a picture for everybody real quick. This show wouldn't exist if it weren't for Will suggesting we do it in the first place 8 years ago. And I couldn't be more thankful for everything that we've done and you've brought to the table over the course of the 8 years, Will. And I truly fucking mean that. And I know I say all the time that this show wouldn't be what it is without the community that we've built. And I mean that as well, but this show literally wouldn't exist if it weren't for you suggesting it. And the one thing that I will say is I'm still figuring out what the future of the show will be, if it continues or not. But I know for a fact that if it does continue, and that's an if, that it won't be the same without you there. Will, you've had a profound impact on so many people's lives throughout the years because of this fucking thing. And I'm just greatly appreciative of you, and I'm greatly appreciative of what you've helped to make here. So I know that you're going to you're obviously the Discord is staying around. The Discord's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'll still be there.
And we'll still be doing 8s. We'll still be doing play dates when we can and all that stuff. But yeah. So, Will, I know we've talked. I think you have really great things coming in your future. And you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the fuck else to say either.
One last time. Oh, don't go for it.
No, all I was going to say, and this isn't to take away from Will's moment here either, is that, like I said, I also don't know what the future holds for the show. I was using this weekend, I was using Worlds as a barometer for what the future may or may not be. And just for the records to show, that had nothing to do with what the reveal may or may not have been. For the Campaign Evolved reveal, for the HCS offseason reveal, that none of that had any impact as to determining what the future may or may not hold for this thing. So I would just say that time is still needed. So stay tuned for some type of announcement either way. That is what I'll say. Will, I want you to give this your fucking all right now. If you...
House is quiet.
What's up?
But the house is quiet. People may be sleeping, but here we fucking go.
No, she's waking up. So, Will, for one final time, please plug this fucking show.
As Josh mentioned and shouted out before, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/HCS Pro Talk. Do a little extra content. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I don't know what's going on with the Patreon.
That's going to shut down. I'm just going to give that.
All right. So if you didn't go to the Patreon, you fucking missed your chance, motherfuckers. But as always, you can find us on your favorite podcast services because the episodes will continue to exist no matter what. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We are on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and others like Josh's favorite
Pocket Casts. It's still not an ad. It's never going to be an ad. The joke's on you fuckers for ever thinking it was going to be an ad. It's not an ad.
Hey, we have a link tree /HCS Pro Talk. will still be out there. The Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the Twitch, TikTok, merch. It'll all still exist. Just who knows?
Yes.
Linktree, exclamation point, any of those in chat if you want to get there as well. And then if you go to hcsprotalk.com, psych, you're not going to get there. It sends you to haloevolve.co.
Your home for Halo. I love the psych in there.
Throwing it back to the 90s, man.
Love it.
Yeah, Podcast Evolve. Partnered with them a long time ago. We wanted to bring a little bit of competitive to their lore side. They wanted to bring lore to competitive. We had a series called Map Legends where we detailed the actual lore behind multiplayer maps. Thought it was pretty cool. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. And while you're at haloevolve.co, check out their shows as well, such as Podcast Evolve, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Book Club, Build with Locks, Halo Headlines, and Halo Gear Guide.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah. Thank you.
And again, thank you for suggesting that we do this 8 years ago.
Literally life-changing.
Literally. We started as an audio-only show in a basement.
With that shitty-ass mixer.
With that shitty-ass mixer and our Samson mics.
Amazon. Ooh.
Shout out. To eventually getting into this space. Us sitting next to each other. Doing that for years. And then going to a remote. You moving to Texas. Starting a new life, a new beginning there. And here we are. Will, thank you for everything, man. And this community thanks you for everything too.
Yeah. Thanks to you. It's been a journey. It's been crazy to think it's been 8 years.
Almost a fucking decade, man.
Yeah. I'm getting emotional. I'm feeling a little speechless at this moment, so I'm just gonna.
I have one more ask for you, Will.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the end of the Infinite era. This has been episode 413, our Worlds 2025 post show. Typically end the show with a bye-bye. Will, I want you to take it this time. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time. But until then.
Bye-bye.